Right, hello everybody. Hello everybody, I hope you can hear me okay. My name is Malcolm Davidson from London South Bank University. And we'll be looking today at the opportunity to study in London at London South Bank University in the UK. Unfortunately, I'm not able to show myself on camera today due to a technical problem. So we'll be looking at starting with the presentation here about Lsbu, as it's known for short, London South Bank University. So let's get started and find out a bit more about studying at Lsbu with the team from Global Compass. So London South Bank University, or Lsbu that's known for short, we're located in central London, and I think one of the first questions you might ask is why study in the UK? I know that, international education is a growing sphere in Kyrgyzstan. There's lots of interest in different destinations. There's the US, Canada, there's other European countries, as well as, China, the Far East as well. So why the UK? Of course, the UK has a strong reputation. Around about 500,000 students choose to study in the UK per year. That's international students, so obviously it's very popular. I think one of the first big selling points of the UK is that, UK education is world famous and internationally recognized. So it's respected all over the world. So wherever you study in the UK, if you have a UK degree, that's going to be recognized in any country that you go in to work in or live in the future. A bit about the structure as well. Typically a bachelor's degree in England at least is 3 years, and a master's is usually 1 year. So that is also shorter than a lot of other countries in the world. UK degrees tend to be a lot more specialized. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but if you compare with the USA, in the USA a bachelor's is usually 4 years. You'll study your major and your minor, but also you have lots of other elective subjects to do. Whereas in the UK, for example, if you study marketing, that's 3 years of just marketing, specialized marketing. So you'll study marketing, only marketing. So it's great for students who really know what they want to do with their bachelor's. They don't want to study other subjects. And really good because it means you graduate already, a specialist in a particular subject. And I think also it's the approach to education in the UK, the approach is very much about critical thinking. It's encouraging you to be independent in your learning, to ask questions, to be inquisitive, to create your own ideas. UK education tends to embrace much more, I'd say, innovation and opportunities for practical experience rather than just theoretical learning. So it's quite a practical approach as well. And why study in London? Now, probably you don't need too much convincing why you want to study in London. I think it's one of the world's most popular cities, and probably like the most obvious destination in the UK if you're going to come to the UK. That said, London, it's not just a great name. It is also backed up by, for example, the QS Best Student Cities ranking 2018, where London was voted the best student city in the world, which is quite a fantastic claim. Some of the areas where it performed really, really well were employment prospects. So students have really good employment prospects in London while they're studying. Student experience, that is basically students who basically just enjoy studying here. They have a good experience while they study here. And also we scored really highly in terms of diversity tolerance. And I think this is one really key thing. London is a global city. Whoever you are, wherever you're from, you'll find a little piece of while it is the capital of the UK, it's a very British city, you'll find a piece of your culture, your country here in London too. I think everybody feels at home in London. And one thing I think about London, because it's such a global city, you meet so many different kinds of people. I think spending some time living here, studying here, you come into contact with so many different kinds of people from different places in the world, from different backgrounds, from different spheres, different job sectors. You make such a big network which you take with you through your life, and I think it really helps you become a global person who can go on and live and work in any country and relate to any kind of person. It's a truly fantastic experience. So if that sounds interesting for you and you think the UK could be an interesting idea for you and studying in London could be interesting for you, of course, there's many universities in London, so why London South Bank University? And we're going to look at that today. So I'd say some of the key selling points of LSBU, London South Bank University, would be the central location. We're located right in the centre of London, close to major attractions. Employability. LSBU scores really, really well when it comes to students finding work after graduation. It's a practical education. We take a very practical approach to our degree programs. It's really not about academic theory. It's about really putting what you learn into practice and giving you experience so you can use what you learn while you study. Affordability. London has a reputation, the UK has a reputation for being expensive, but for London University, we can offer you really quite affordable London degree programs, and accessibility too. So that's about our entry requirements. We are quite flexible on our entry requirements, and we look at students. We look at everything. We look at your academic results, but also we look at your experience, and we look at you as a person as well. So we can be quite flexible on certain degree programs and certain entry requirements. So a bit about who we are. London South Bank University often is referred to as a modern university. However, we have been going 126 years now. We first opened our doors in 1892. It's very much, while it has the history, it's very much a forward-thinking university and a really fast-developing university. Over 45 million has been invested in our campus in the past few years, and we're looking to invest the same again in the next 4 to 5 years. We really do invest heavily in state-of-the-art facilities. So whether you're studying, I don't know, psychology or engineering or architecture, you have cutting-edge equipment and facilities to study in and work with. As I mentioned, there's a professional focus. Most of our degree programs carry some kind of industry accreditation, and that is a practical experience too is included in our degree programs, and that's backed up by the strong graduate employment record. It's a very diverse university, over a big university too, 18,000 students, 2,000 of which are technically overseas students, and 130 nationalities are represented. Yet it's a very lively university, but there's a small campus. Everything's in one place in central London. And it's an award-winning university. Some of the awards we've won in the last few years. This year, we're very proud. We won University of the Year for Graduate Employment, and that's from the Sunday Times Good University Guide. And you notice here, 2018 also showed that of all the universities in the UK, our graduates command the 11th best. It's 11th best in the UK for starting salaries. That's the 11th highest salaries on average for our graduates. Silver in the Teaching Excellence Framework. That's the second highest possible rating for the excellence of our teaching. And again, in 2016, we also won Entrepreneurial University of the Year, and that's for our work with entrepreneurship. So I'm really proud of the awards that we've won in the last few years. As I mentioned, location is really fantastic. Whether you've been to London before or not, you'll recognize some of these places. The London Eye, you've got Big Ben, you've got Buckingham Palace. All of these places are located just 20, 30 minutes walking from the campus. As you'll see on the right-hand side, this small campus map. One thing that's really cool about LSBU too, I think, is that it's all located in one place. It's just one small self-contained campus. You can cross the campus in 5 minutes. So while you be living and studying in busy urban central London, it's quite an easy life. Everything is in one place. And our accommodation, if you see these blue dots just next to the green campus map on the main map there, that's our accommodation, that's our student residence. So you would also be living 5 minutes walk from campus as well. So it's a very convenient central London experience. And visible from our campus, just to highlight how central we are, these are just some of the places that are visible from our campus. So starting clockwise, you've got the London Eye there, you've got Big Ben, you've got the city, the financial district across the river, and of course the Shard, which is the tallest building in London, the new building at London Bridge. So to study at LSBU, what is the academic experience actually like? I've mentioned already a couple of times, I think, University of the Year for Graduate Employment. So why us? So why do we score so well in the sphere of graduate employment? As I mentioned already, I think, first of all, it's partly due to the practical approach to education. It's not old-fashioned academic theory. It's all about hands-on learning. So whether you're studying business or psychology or law or all these different subjects. Whatever we teach, we give you the chance to get some practice and study and really sort of use your the skills hands-on. Our degree programs are very much employment focused. So everything we do at LSBU is geared towards helping you find a job and helping you do well and succeed in the workplace. Most of our degree programs, including some of our masters actually, include internships or work placements as part of the degree program. So you actually get work experience while you study. You graduate already with work experience in London on your resume. And also it's the help and support that is available to you. So there's a lot of help and support on campus with employability, we have drop-in centres. You can go and you can get advice on interview skills, on where to find a work placement in London, on how to write a really good CV, these kind of things. So lots of support available to you on campus. We teach a really, really wide variety of subjects as well. So what can you study? There's 7 schools. There's applied sciences, arts and creative industries, built environment and architecture, business, engineering, health, law, and social sciences. So I know that in a lot of countries, I know, for example, in Kyrgyzstan, it's probably not that usual that a university would teach this many subjects, but we do teach a really wide variety of subjects at LSBU. School of Applied Sciences courses would include a bachelor's. You've got psychology, sports science, forensic science, and masters. We offer a range of masters in psychology and food science. By the way, these degrees I mentioned here, this is just selected courses. There's a much wider range of courses available on our website. So whatever you want to study, do go online, have a look through our website. You'll see a lot more courses available on the website too. We offer arts and creative industries. If you're interested in the arts or creative industries, London, of course, is a really, as a global cultural capital city, it's a really fantastic city to study these kind of subjects. We offer degrees like creative advertising with marketing, fashion promotion with marketing, more kind of business-focused arts courses, as well as more creative courses such as digital design, drama and performance, games design, film practice, that's filmmaking. We offer photography, journalism, as well as some master's programs too in creative subjects. You'll see here in the pictures, we also have in our facilities Elephant Studios, which cost £6 million to build. And that is basically a big multimedia studio in the university. It's like a newsroom, a TV studio, a radio center, there's Mac labs. So we offer you sort of cutting edge equipment to learn with and study with and work with. Built environment and architecture, we offer degrees in architecture, civil engineering, as well as real estate, construction management, and master's programs in the same subjects as well. School of Business, this is one of our biggest areas, one of our biggest schools, one of our most popular with international students, and one of our most forward-looking schools. In the bachelor's program, there's 4 pathways you can take. You can take business management, accounting and finance, economics or marketing as your major, but you could also take a minor as well. So you could do, for example, business management with human resources, or you could do economics with marketing, or you could do marketing with retail, marketing with luxury brand management, marketing with finance, even if you wanted to. I do encourage you to go on our website and have a look at the different pathways available. And for masters, you've got a range of subjects there. There's the MBA International Management. One of our most popular master's programs with international students is International Business Management plus internship. So you could do a 1-year master's in London plus a 6-month internship. This gives you the opportunity to stay in London and also get some work experience while you're in the UK. Other subjects too: international finance, accounting, marketing communications, a wide range of master's level courses in the business school, human resources as well. One thing to mention too as well, especially about our business masters, a lot of our master's programs in business are designed as conversion courses. So they will accept students who don't have a degree, like a bachelor's in business, but who want to do like a 1-year conversion course and become experts in business or get a qualification in business. So even if you don't have a bachelor's in business, at LSB you can come and do a 1-year master's and retrain in business if that's where you want to go with your career. Engineering, we offer a wide range of engineering courses: mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, computer science, information technology, petroleum engineering, chemical engineering at bachelor's and master's level as well. There's also robotics, mechatronics, data science, cybersecurity, really wide variety of subjects. Law and social sciences, this school offers a lot of subjects. There's law, tourism and hospitality, events and entertainment, international relations, criminology, politics, sociology, urban planning. So as you've seen, a really wide variety of subjects. What I showed you just there is just a selection of subjects, some of our most popular subjects, but I do advise you to go online, go onto our website and have a look at what else is available. So if any of that is of interest to you and you'd like to find out more about applying, I'll show you a bit more about the entry requirements, fees and scholarships that are available to international students. So in general, we're not talking specifically now about students from Kyrgyzstan. To enter a bachelor's degree program, you would need 3 passes at UK A levels. That's like the UK high school leaving certificate. You need 3 passes at A level, or to have completed a UK university foundation program with an overall score of 55% or above. From Kyrgyzstan in particular, if you've completed 1 year at university in Kyrgyzstan, we can also take you directly onto the first year of a bachelor's. For English language, you would need to have an IELTS of 6.0 overall, or an equivalent. So there are also other English language exams that we will accept other than IELTS. And for masters, you would need to have a UK bachelor's of a 2.2, that's a lower second or equivalent. Other international degrees are accepted as well. A Kyrgyz bachelor's or a specialist diploma would also be acceptable for a master's degree, or you can complete a UK pre-master's university foundation program. And for English, you would need an IELTS of 6.5 overall or equivalent. Now you might ask, what do I mean by foundation program? Now, foundation programs are basically, we can offer these too on our campus as well. So basically, if you finished high school from Kyrgyzstan, unfortunately in the UK, the Kyrgyz high school diploma is not enough to enter onto a UK degree. You would need to complete a UK foundation program. So we have a foundation program on our campus called On Campus, run by Cambridge Education Group. And with this also is for students that it's a combination of extra tuition to sort of prepare you for studying in the UK. Of course, it's a different system, it's a different learning style, you may need some extra support, plus also English language. So of course, to enter the bachelor's, you need an IELTS of 6.0, but to enter the on-campus foundation program, we'll take students with lower English language, with lower IELTS scores. You'll see here on the infographic at the top, if you see the cursor here, one of the options here is the undergraduate foundation program. There's undergraduate foundation programs offered for business, for engineering, for humanities and social science, and also for art and design, 4 different tracks. And that is an extra year. So you'd study 1 year at the on-campus foundation program before starting your degree. So that would make the undergraduate degrees 3 years, and the undergraduate foundation program is 1 year. That makes it a total of 4 years. If we go down to the bottom, there's also an option called International Year 1. That is currently offered for business economics, finance and management, and also for chemical and petroleum engineering. That's really a great option, because that means if you do International Year 1, you go directly onto Year 2. So you don't have to spend an extra year doing a foundation program. It makes it 3 years in total, which makes it quite a good value option. And then here at the end here, you see the Master's Foundation Program. That is if you'd like to study a master's in the UK, but you just don't quite have the level of English, or you're not quite confident enough just to sort of start a UK master's, you want to spend some time preparing. That is usually 2 to 3 terms before starting Lsbu. You can do the pre-master's foundation program. Again, if you want more information on the on-campus Lsbu foundation program, please contact the team at Global Compass. They'll be able to help you with more information on that. In terms of tuition fees, you'll see here, this is a summary of our fees for 2018-19. Now, typically for an undergraduate or master's course, the price is £13,125. There's also an international scholarship, which all students can get automatically, which would make the total £12,000 per year. At the bottom, you'll see here too, also there's international merit scholarships available as well. So if you have very high grades, you could get £2,000 to £3,000 off the price of your degree program per year. So if you have very high grades from your bachelor's, for example, you could be looking at getting a master's for around about £10,125, which for a London degree is actually very good value for money. And our accommodation, like I mentioned, our accommodation, we can offer accommodation to all international students who apply for accommodation by the 1st of August of each year. The rents for this year, you're looking at £126 a week for a residence room. That's a standard room. That means you have your own private bedroom, single room. You don't share with anybody. There's a shared kitchen and living area, and you have a shared bathroom. And then from £153 a week, you can get a room with a private bathroom. The amazing thing about this accommodation is it's located less than 10 minutes walk from campus. So you get to live and study in the same place in Zone 1 in central London. So that is just a summary of studying at Lsbu. I hope there are some interesting things there for you, some interesting things to take away and think about. And yeah, hope to see you in London. Maybe even this January. We do offer January start for certain courses. So maybe for this September, it might be a little bit too late, but for January, there's still a chance to enroll on certain business and engineering courses. And yeah, so I'm open to any questions. Does anyone have any questions at all about studying at Lsbu? Any questions at all? I should mention as well, of course, today that we are doing this in tandem with partnership with Global Compass in Bishkek. So if you have any questions at all about studying at Lsbu or enrolling on our courses, please do contact them. The team know all about our university, all about our courses, so they'll be able to take your inquiry further. I'm getting some questions now. So yes, about working. International students, while they're studying, will be able to work as well on the Tier 4 visa. You need to apply for a Tier 4 visa. Global Compass will help you do that. Students on international students on a international student visa, the Tier 4 visa, are permitted to work up to 20 hours per week during term time, and during holidays they can work up to 40 hours a week. It's possible to find work on our campus at the university. We have a student ambassador scheme, so students are able to find work on campus. But London being London, it's a really global city. Of course, there's so many places you can find work in London. It's not that difficult. I can't guarantee, of course, but it's not that difficult that international students can find work also in London as well. Any other questions at all? I'm getting a question about the admission process here. So how long does the admission process take? It can be quite quick if you are prepared. So to apply for the degree program, whether it's a bachelor's or a master's, the mandatory documents we would need from you would be your educational certificate. So whether it's a bachelor's or a master's, you'd need to supply your high school certificate, transcripts, and your university transcripts plus the diploma. These should probably be translated into English too by a certified translator. I'm sure Global Compass can help you with the translations of those documents. So we need those to be submitted, originals and translations. We would also need a personal statement from you. That's a motivational statement. That's basically an essay where you speak about your experience to date and why you want to study at LSBU, why London, and why the subject you've chosen as well. That's a chance for you to make a case for yourself. We'd also need a copy of your passport and of any visas that you've had to the UK. If you had visas to the UK already, copies of your visas that you've had to the UK already to date. If it's a master's program, we'd also often like you to submit a resume or a CV, as well as professional references from any jobs that you've held to date. It's important that also you'd need a proof of English as well. So you'd need an IELTS certificate or a TOEFL certificate or something like this. If you can submit all these documents, Global Compass will submit the application to us at LSBU. And typically, if all documents are in order, you would receive a response in 2 to 3 days, typically. Yeah, generally we would recommend that you apply as soon as possible, but we don't have an actual deadline. So we're still taking applications usually for September into early August as well. The visa application, once you receive an offer to study at LSBU, you would need to apply for the visa. That can be quite time consuming. So we do recommend that you apply as soon as possible to allow for time to get the visa successfully and on time. Career Centre. How does the Career Centre support students in their search for internship or work? As I mentioned, we've won lots of awards for our work on student employment and student support. We have several drop-in centres, several centres on campus where students can go along and get advice on writing a better CV, on interview skills. We have a place called the Job Shop, and there, if you go in there, they're advertised, are lots of different work placements available for students and internships as well. Our academic departments also work very closely with London businesses and London industries. So, often our lecturers are often people who've also worked in industry as well. So again, a lot of internships are organized by the schools, by the course themselves. So if you speak to your professors, they may be able to help you find internships in London as well. Any more questions? Does LSBU have programs with work placements? Yes. Well, most of our degree programs include either as mandatory or as an option a work placement. That is most of our degree programs. Some of them have it as part of the degree title. In particular, our master's programs. So the master's business programs, international business management is offered with internship, marketing with internship, and marketing communications plus internship as well. That is offered. We also offer a range, for example, international accounting and finance plus placement. So the difference is, if it's with internship, that's a total of 18 months. You do a 1-year master's plus a 6-month internship. If it's with placement, it's a 1-year master's, but the placement is part of the degree program. For bachelor's, specifically with work opportunities, our business programs, you can also choose to do what we call a sandwich option. I know that sounds a bit strange, sandwich. And that is basically a 3-year degree done over 4 years. So you do your first 2 years at LSBU, your third year is spent working in London, and in your final year, you return to LSBU to complete your degree. Any other questions at all? I see another question coming. How much do students earn during their work placement, internship, or part-time job? It's very difficult to say. We do get questions often, are internships paid? It depends. Usually they are paid. How much you are paid will really depend on the company. The minimum wage in the UK is around about £8 to £10 an hour. So usually you'd be earning something within that region at least. In cases where internships would not be paid, that would be in the event that, some students have very specific ideas of where they want to work. So if they want to do an internship in a sector which, for example, let's say non-profit in charity, where it's the kind of organization which cannot afford to pay the student, but the student really wants to work in that kind of sphere, or in a sphere where it's incredibly competitive, where you are up against hundreds of other students to get into that sphere, there may be times when the internships are not paid, but in the main, most of our internships for students are paid. Exchange opportunities, yes. So we do also have a number of partnerships and exchange programs. Students, it's mainly for students and undergraduates. We have a number of partnerships with European universities through Erasmus, so you can do 1 semester abroad as part of your degree. That counts towards your final degree. And we also have partnerships with universities in the USA, Canada, and Australia. If you're thinking of studying abroad in your second year, it's possible for most degree programs, and usually students would do it in in semester 2 of their year 2. I would advise any students that are thinking of studying abroad to inquire about it in semester 2 of their first year. Because it does take it can be quite a long process in terms of organizing it all. So it's best to give yourself lots of time. But yes, there are opportunities available. I've also got a question here about law, the LPC. That's the law practice course for law students. Unfortunately, Lsbu has a really big law school, so we do offer law courses at bachelor's and master's level in a wide variety of disciplines. There's the bachelor's LLB, and at master's we offer a range of LLM courses. So and some of them are international law. There's international commercial law, international criminal law, human rights law, all kinds of different law directions you can take, although we don't offer the LPC at Lsbu. You can study that at other institutions in London. We do offer a law conversion course, and that would be a 1-year course for students that don't come from a law background that want to qualify as a lawyer within 1 year. So that is possible for international students. I've also got a question here. Can students transfer to Lsbu from other countries or universities? Yes, you can. So depending on where you've studied before, like I mentioned, if you've already done some study in Europe or in the US or in Canada, for example, you can transfer to Lsbu. Normally, because it's a 3-year degree in the UK, normally we only take transfer students into year 2. So you should be looking to complete 2 further years at Lsbu before graduating. There are some exceptions. We do have what we call top-up degrees. So there's an international business management top-up, and there's an information technology top-up. So those are special 1-year courses where you'll be accepted into year 3, and you can complete the Lsbu degree in 1 year. If you want to transfer from your home university, the same application procedure is required. You would need all the same documents as if you're applying for a full degree, but you would need to make sure that you get official transcripts from your current university and to submit those when you apply for the degree program. Does Lsbu have elective courses like foreign languages? We actually, on the campus, we have a Confucius Institute where you can sort of learn about Chinese culture, Chinese medicine. So there are also Mandarin courses available for students at the Confucius Institute. They don't actually count towards your final degree. They'd be something you do on the side. As a university, we don't actually offer foreign languages as part of our degree programs. One thing I would say about London, though, London is such a big city. You know, there's so much you can do in London. Everything you want, everything you would expect to find in a city, you can find in London. So if you do want to study foreign languages in addition to your degree program, there's so many different places that you can find in London to do that. So many different sort of language exchange groups and societies, evening classes in different languages. So that is something that students can pursue in London in their free time. I'm mentioning also that too in terms of the Confucius Institute and learning Chinese. We do also have a wide range of clubs and societies for students. So whatever you're interested in, whether it's sports, whether it's like, you know, gaming, whether it's drama, whether it's dance, we have a large variety, something like 60, 70 clubs and societies that you can join at the university and get to know other students that share your interests. Can students do a minor in addition to a major or a double major? We don't offer double majors. Again, like I mentioned, that's more of an American thing. So this minor, major business, that's more of an American approach to education. In the UK, you tend to study much more specialized. You study one subject, but you can do with. So for example, you can do, for example, law with criminology, or psychology with criminology, for example. There's lots of business programs as well. You'd need to go on the website and look at all the options available. But for example, you can do business management with accounting, business management with finance, business management with human resources, economics with marketing, economics with finance. There's a lot of business majors and minors. Also, the International Business Management Master's Program, you can do International Business Management, Masters, plus human resources, plus finance, plus marketing, plus retail, plus all these different options. Any other questions at all? So does Lsbu offer dual degrees or double degrees? With other countries? Currently not. Currently we don't, but it is something we hope to work on in the future. So I don't think we have any more questions for now. Thank you very much, everybody. It's been a pleasure to speak to you. I hope this presentation has been informative. And yeah, any questions at all, please get in touch with the team at Global Compass. And yeah, good luck. Like I mentioned, hope to see you in London. All the best, everybody.